Alrighty, we're live. So I'm just here to kind of talk about the direction of what I was thinking about my YouTube channel. A lot of people are put a lot of work and effort into theirs. On mine, I'm just trying to figure things out. I kind of want to lead into cinematography, 3D printing, 3D modeling. I kind of want to be different than other YouTubers. I might have this as a tech channel. For example, I was working on an Autodesk project from school, and I'm working on CNCing the parts, and this week I'll probably hook up the camera to the CNC machine. So I can bring up Inventor or whatever here, but ideally, many people, it takes time to grow an audience. I don't care if anyone looks at this or not. It's just solely the direction I'm going to take. One day I looked at the channel. It's like, oh, look at this. There's 50 subscribers. So I'm like, there's an audience, someone to present to. That's at least a start. Everyone starts somewhere. It's small, but it will get me started. So I'll talk, like, for example, I'm getting this 3D printer. It's called a TiVo Tornado. I will bring it up here. Here, I'll share it. Figure out screen sharing. Screen share. So I found this 3D printer courtesy of a friend of mine. And here, TiVo. It's called the TiVo Tornado. I actually got off of GearBest. It's like shipping from China, so ideally it's going to take about a month for it to come. It's actually pretty decent. That price point doesn't seem like it's worth it or anything, but if you've looked up the reviews on 3D printing, this is a CR10 killer. If you're familiar with 3D printing or any of this, you would know that CR10 is a widely used printer. Here, I'll bring that one up too. CR10. Let me pause this. I'm using copyright music, so just trying to get that going. If I look at CR10, that is not what I want. Printer. But ideally, I know I'm repeating myself. I'm nervous, even though there's no audience. There's no point, but that's obviously what I'm doing here. But I kind of want to lead to a 3D printing kind of production channel. So as you see here, here's the CR10. Has a similar build volume, but I've been seeing better reviews from TiVo. I'm liking their price point. I've been seeing people get amazing prints, especially the vase prints off of these. CR10 has a higher price point, and I guess people have a little bit more problems with this, but I would just like to try something new. For like future videos or anything, I'm planning on using DaVinci Resolve. So if I bring up DaVinci Resolve, actually, I have a friend of mine was helping me try to learn the software, and I've been trying to kind of teach myself, go about doing it on how the heck I'm supposed to use this, because anything with video editing or production, it's learning curves. 3D modeling, that took me like 5 years. You start somewhere and it takes a while. DaVinci Resolve is free, and it's a pretty good, powerful software if you're doing like color grading or any of this. It probably in close to the summer, after like I graduate and all that stuff, I would start working with, if I feel like I have an audience to work with, even though there's probably no one viewing this video. It's probably worthless. It's a start point. I'm pretty lazy. I need to get started somewhere. So this is my start point. I already have filament for my 3D printer, and it's by, so I look at this, Hatchbox. Hatchbox has a decent tolerance for their parts. So if I look up Hatchbox, I had a friend recommend this to me. It was pretty good filament. It's something I haven't tried any filament besides the MakerBot printer, sadly. So I won't have my own until a little bit, but I'm pretty interested to mess around with filaments and everything. I was told by, depending on what filament you use, if you use anything with additives, you're going to have to need to use a new nozzle. Like, I would stay away from ABS if you're 3D printing, because that tends to wreck your build plate. What I'm going to start with is PTG, which I have no experience printing in, but my friend does. So he's been pretty helpful with suggesting anything I start with. So I have some of this, but it's not by Hatchbox. It's by some random brand off of Amazon. But it's somewhere for me to get like started. But let me look. Ironic, they're all sold out, so that does not help. Because I looked on there the other day, and there's nothing left. Give me a minute here. Let me figure out what else I want to show. I can bring up some of the sample prints from the TiVo. This doesn't help. So I've been seeing people like print like rocket prototypes and bases, because I guess this printer is fine without supports, which is pretty fascinating, because I've tested out MakerBot, and it's crap. Stay away from MakerBot at all costs. They're just crappy printers. But eventually, I'm kind of on the prototyping phase with like 3D printers and stuff I like to like mess around with. You'll probably see some of this in the future. I'll end this stream pretty soon. It's just like I'm still here, I'm not leaving, but just trying to figure things out. So as a further ado, I am gonna cut this off, but in the future I'll probably let other people go on, because I work well with more than just myself talking, because I get much more nervous and does not work out for me. So hopefully this turned out, and if no one watched it, that is fine. I didn't even look at the chat. I don't know who's been watching, but I am perfectly fine with this. I'm just starting out. I've just noticed it's harder for newer people to start on YouTube. I'm repetitive, but I'll just sign off here. It was good talking to you guys, and I am off.